Hello and welcome to a Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here. This weekend I vowed and declared that I was going to get rid of some of the things that I don't use anymore, but well, I didn't quite get there, but I am using up a lot more of my scraps, and I'm hoping that helps me to downsize a little bit. And so I've started making some of these scrappy flowers. These are just two examples of scrappies. So I've got five examples. Five, 1, 2, 5. And I want to invite you to come with me. Let's make a few of these. So I think let's start off with this little guy. So it's really, really easy, you guys. I haven't done anything terribly complicated. My brain doesn't work that way anyway. But all I really did is I got out my little punch that punches out some hearts. It doesn't have to be hearts, it can be circles. I just liked the hearts because it made this little scallop, you know. So I punched out a bunch of these little hearts with my punch, and I think let's make this black and white one. It looks a bit funky, right? I like the idea of the black and white one. And all I am going to do is plonk a little glue. Now, what I could have done is put a little circle down, put the glue on the circle, but I'm just going to, I am just going to put glue on this one little guy here. I had this glue upside down, so I hope it's, oh, don't tell me it's finished. Oh no, there it is. Oh, thank goodness. And we're just going to follow along, and I think it probably will take, let's see how many it's going to take. I have no idea. I did this one quite close, maybe, and then we space them evenly, like that, more or less. See, quick. Oh no, that one's a bit squonky. Let us try this one. Yay. And then I've got this cute little red bead for the middle, and that is it. We've got one done, one flower done. The little red bead's going to kind of hold things together. Done. Alrighty, so one flower done. Let's put this away. I also clipped out some of these pretty ones. I think that's going to look really nice. I've got a little bit more purple. I don't think I've got enough purple to make another flower, but I can mix it in with some of the pink. That'll be nice. So that is one flower. Oops. One flower done. Okay, let's move this aside and start on another one. If I had that little round thing in the middle, I could have picked it up a little easier. So I didn't really give that a thought. I get too excited about making another thing. Okay. Now the scrappy flower I did with some of my calendar pages. We did a previous video with calendar circles. This is just tearing the calendar pages and making these scrappies. And so here is a calendar page that I've tore something out of. A little, you can do it with book pages as well. That looks really nice. Or you can mix and match your calendar pages with your book pages. That's really nice. It kind of gives it that separation of the petals. So let's see. I think that button's going to be too big. I think I'll probably use the little button. So let me put this away because I think we can just use our stick glue for this one. the other day I didn't really like push this on, and I put it in my coffee cup, and when I came back the lid had fallen off, and a lot of this glue was sitting at the bottom of the coffee cup. I was mad at myself. What a waste. So now I really push it and try and make sure that it's down, you know. I could have gone ahead and aged the edges of this paper, and I probably will with any others going forward, but I think for today, because we've got to make 5 flowers, I'm just going to let it be. And if your writing isn't aligned, I think that's fine. You know, this one's a little bit that way, and the bottom writing is this way, vertical. That's okay. I think that is just fine. And there we go, and the last one on there. And then, where's my little button? Now I am going to need my liquid glue. And see if I can get a little... Oh, yeesh, that's a bit much. Ay. It's okay because it dries clear, so that'll be okay. And it's not even scented, which is fine too. Nature is not perfect. So why should your flower be perfect, right? It doesn't have to be. In fact, it's probably not, it probably gives it a little more definition if it's not exactly perfect and scented. So, all right, so that guy is done. See how quick it is, and you're using up all your bits and pieces without even batting an eyelid. All right, so this one I thought was a little different, a little bit of a different flower. Let me see if I can deconstruct it without... I'm also just going to use a little bit of stick glue. I think it's quicker. Smack it in the middle, and we just go down the center. And all I did to get these strips, you guys, is I used... This is actually one of my collage papers that I photocopied. I reduced it on my printer, and then all I did is I cut out these little strips with my scissors that has a bit of a pattern on it. And I thought afterwards, you know, I could even have just taken torn pieces. It doesn't even have to have been cut with this fancy scissors. It could have just been torn. That would have been just fine too. And now I'm going to go on the diagonal, and then on the diagonal again. And it's just like layering, really. You're layering these petals, and I'm going to go in between. And this is some of that textured paper. I did a video on this textured paper, oh gosh, I think when I first started the channel, back in the day, like a couple of months ago. I'm making it sound like I'll be doing this forever. I haven't. A couple of months ago. So I'm just going to go where there is space between the petals underneath. And so it's 4 strips. It looks like so much more, but it's only 4 strips really. And then I thought, what if I did a bit of a mixy-matchy? And I get my little heart, these little heart shapes. Oh, push, Celeste. I get these little heart shapes out, and I took a red glitter pen. First I sprayed it with a little ink, and then I was like, and then I took a red glitter pen and gave it a bit of a red glitter edge. And I thought, well, stick with a 4 theme, since there's 4 strips here of the multi, 4 strips of the yellow. Let's do 4 strips, and again going kind of where there's a gap in our last layer. And I don't, what should I do? No, don't do that. There you go, like that. And let's come in here. This is kind of eclectic, a very eclectic design. And then I thought, what if I just finished it off with a little a little circle, and I had another one, but I don't like that one, so I'm just going to put this little circle in the middle here. I think that looks really good. Might have to push this guy in a little bit because he's not really overlapping. Oh, they moved. Aye, 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 aye. No, don't move. Okay, I'm going to leave it because I don't want to mess with it. I think it looks gorgeous. And you know what you can do afterwards is come in with maybe some leaves, or maybe put a string in here when you're putting it in your journal. Put in like a little string here with 2 leaves. I think that could look really nice as well. All right, so let me put this one away now. I don't think I'm going to be able to pick that one up. I'm going to have to just get another cutting board, I think. Let's put that aside. I'll get another cutting board. I picked these up from the dollar store because you get 2 for $1, and it's I use them a lot, not to cut on. I tried. Look here. I don't know if you can see. There's a big cut line here. I forgot to take it away before I was cutting one day, and I made a right royal mess. So I have all these. It was this paper that kind of got me started on this little flower. And so I started cutting out what I thought was going to be leaves. And then I thought, well, they could also be petals. And so I've got those 3, and those 3, a centerpiece, and another little centerpiece. And really, you guys, there was no rocket science, because my brain works in very straight lines. There's no veering off the sides. It's just very, very simple stuff. All I did again was to use this fangly dangly scissors of mine, and I cut out this somewhat leaf design. And then this pen, you get them in silver, gold and white. It's the Artistro paint marker pen. I don't particularly like it for drawing with, but because they don't, they're not like the Uniposcas. They dry almost translucent, and you have to go back and put more on, and then it gets lumpy. And so I'm not a big fan of these. I don't know if you guys use them. They're okay. But I prefer to use them just as, oh, I didn't close my glue. It's not good. They're okay. Maybe I'm being a little harsh, but I'm just going to get this activated, and then I'm going to just come in on the sides here and put a bit of a gold on the side, just like I would have done if I had inked it. I just thought the gold looked really nice, and it does come out quite thick. I think this gold one is maybe not as bad. The silver one is okay as well. The white one I'm not keen on, but that's just me. Maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe I haven't used it properly, or I haven't used the white one for long enough. But there we go. And so I've already done the petals that we're going to use. I actually used my red glitter pen for this, and I don't know if you're going to be able to find this on Amazon. I just picked them up at the dollar store, but this was my red glitter marker that I put a bit of a red border on this. So I think I'll move this little chappy aside so we don't get it mixed up, and let's start gluing. Get some more glue down, and I think, if I remember correctly, that I took a picture of this so that I'd remember. But here's the thing. Oh, brother. The picture's on my phone, and I'm using the phone to film. That's not doing me any good, right? I don't know. My brain doesn't always fire up on all cylinders, you guys. There are days when I think, how many brain cells do I have left? There must be a few. I hope so. Oh, man. Okay, so I've got the first 3 down, and I'm going to just I put little gold dots and a border around these ones as well. Oopsie, oopie. There we go. Okay, maybe a little extra glue here in the middle, just in the middle. Okay, there we go. So all these scrappy flowers are just, I'm almost paranoid now, I keep checking. All these scrappy flowers are just pieces of paper that I had left, and I thought, you know, I don't want to throw them out because it's pretty, you know, it's pretty paper. I don't want to throw my pretty paper out, but I don't want to have hordes and hordes of paper either lying around. So doing this kind of thing, I'm using it up and putting it in my stash, and then I'm able to use it as some decorative element in a journal or on a greeting card later on. There we go. And you know, there's no color matching, or there's no theme to anything I do. I always say I don't really do themes, and I guess I don't, but maybe my theme is that I don't have a theme. Maybe I should try a theme of some kind, right? All right, so there's our next scrappy flower, and all I did was I cut out a circle, or I cut out leaf shapes, very random sort of squiggly, wonky leaf shapes, gave them a border, and then just in a radial pattern placed them down in their spaces. I guess the one commonality here is that I'm placing the petals for the radial ones where there's a space, so that you can see all the petals, right? Okay, so this guy is all donezo. Done. Okay, how many have we made? 1, 2, 3. Okay, where's my next one? Did I do 3? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, were there only 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. There were only 4. I thought there were 5. Oh gosh, Celeste, I'm telling you. Anyway, okay, there were only 5. That's fine. That is fine. So there's this one. Now here, I did the same thing with the little leaves. I cut out that sort of wonky leaf shape, and I have 4 leaves here, and I did keep out this one leaf so that I could show you. And let me get my piece of paper out just to activate the pen and put this last side corner down of this leaf. There we go. That one's done. Okay. And these were just little pieces of paper, little scrappy little, they're not even quite an inch. It's like a 3/4 inch pieces of paper. And I decided, well, I will paste them down, glue them down together, and then give each little one a border of gold. And then I had these longer strips, which are about 1.5 inches in size. I also put them down and glued them down each in the middle, and then cut out these little leaves, cut out a little circle center, and it was just basic coffee paper that I cut it out from, right? So all I'm going to do here is and then I got fancy. And I did a bit of a doodle on each of these petals because I just felt like it was a little bland without it, you know. All right, let's put some glue down the middle here for the leaves, and they can adhere to the center part of the leaf, a part of the bottom petals rather, and again putting the leaves so in between petals so you don't cover up a petal. And well, that one's quite big, it's almost covering, almost does actually cover, like that. This guy goes in the middle like that, and then a little blob of glue, little too much, oi 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 oi, that's okay, it's all right. And there you go, all done. We got 4 flowers, all done. So you guys, that is how easy it is for us to make some flowers out of all your scrappy pieces of I did have 5. I have lost my mind. I can't even count. I've had 2 cups of coffee and I still can't count. I'm the worst. There are 5 flowers. Goodness gracious, Celeste. Alright, wait, let me see how I'm going to get this off. Just so that I can... There you go. And... There we go. And the elusive number 5. Oh, this is moving. Okay, this guy moved on me a little bit. It wasn't happy about moving itself. Okay, there. Let's see if I can quickly fix this a little bit. Is it that bottom one? Yeah, it's that guy. Oh, maybe he needs to come out. No, we'll stick him back. This guy didn't like being moved. Let me see if I can sneak him back in here. I think that'll work. That's a bubble. All right, that'll work. All right, so we do have 5. Clearly I can't count, but that's nothing new. There you go, you guys. Scrappy paper, a couple of buttons and bobs and glue pens and whatnot, and every single one of them looks different, and yet all of them are scrappy flowers. So go and have some fun. We now have a Facebook group page if you want to come on there. It's called Our Crafter Stories. Instead of a crafter story, it's Our Crafter Stories, where you can come on and share your ideas, or maybe show us how you made your own scrappy flowers, or any of the other crafts that you've seen videos of. And we would love to see you there. So please come and join us and share your crafts with us, because we can all inspire one another. Thank you so much for visiting with me. I always appreciate your time, and I have so much fun crafting with you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.